Hi, everyone. Again, this is Caroline with the Expat Interviews Thriving Abroad. And I get so excited because I get to take you all over the globe to meet amazing, awesome, brave, fearless people, women, powerful women who just picked up and decided to live a life abroad. And the exciting part about it is that they're thriving and they're doing well. And today I wanted to take you over the seas to Bangkok, Thailand, to meet Miss Rickeah. And I am excited to talk with you because you are in Bangkok, and that's a place where we don't find too many expats actually staying. So welcome, Rickeah. Tell me about your journey to Thailand. Where are you from originally?
Well, I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. Born and raised. I originally started off. I went to Thailand last year, not Thailand, China. I'm sorry, last year June, Guangzhou, China, and I was there to teach English. I ended up at an international school. Right before COVID hit, we shut down, and I wanted to go on a vacation because China was completely shut down and we were locked in. So I was like, we might as well go somewhere else. So, and my boyfriend packed up for a couple of weeks, or we were supposed to be for a week, and we ended up in Thailand, in Bangkok, for just a quick visit. So, soon as everything started, China closed its borders to all foreigners. So we ended up stuck here, and I kept teaching online, and we were here, and then next thing you know, Thailand closed down as well, and everything was kind of shut down. But it wasn't like China. It wasn't so like deserted on the roads as China was. People were still moving a little bit, but they were cautious as well. And we basically ended up getting a little one bedroom condo here because we felt like we're going to be here a while, and we stayed and cooked like we were in China. We had our own little place here, like we were home. And I just kind of like stayed, and I decided to like me and the school decided to terminate my contract, and I kind of liked it in Thailand. So I was like, okay, it's cheaper here. I got money saved up. We're okay. Let's like just stay for a while. So I ended up here.
That's amazing. So tell me have you been to Chiang Mai? Because that's the place. Okay, so you have nothing to
No,
compare it to, but you've heard that that's the place where all
I've
most
been
of
to
the expats.
a couple. Yeah, I've heard Chiang Mai has most of the professional people, professional like professors and teachers there. I've been to Krabi, Phuket, and Pattaya, and
Oh, all
Ho
the
Chi
nice
Minh. Those
resort
places.
towns.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, the
those are
beaches.
beautiful. I hear those are beautiful places.
Yes, they are, and the people are very friendly, and the people kind of look like us because they are very dark. So
No,
compared to the people in Bangkok,
oh, that's interesting. That's very
yes.
interesting. So you just
Mhm.
you just sort of kind of blend right in. But the Thai people in general are very welcoming, aren't they? They're not really pretentious or
So you have your okay. I'm gonna say this: in those resort little towns, they're very welcoming because the hospitality is what gets you the money, and they see a foreigner, they see money, so of course they're going to be welcoming. And then sometimes it's just their natural state. But when you are in like the city like Bangkok, most of the Thai people believe in the whiter you are, the more wealthier you are because you're not outside working. So the outside jobs are considered to be lower class, and the inside jobs are considered to be high class. And because you have a lot of Chinese people here as well, they also believe in the whiter you are because in China they don't walk outside when it's sunny outside. They put their umbrellas up. When they go to the beach, they have on full like scuba diving suits to cover their body so they don't get a tan. And we're out there in our bikinis, and they're like scuba diving.
That's
The kids,
interesting.
everybody,
That's
like
interesting.
seriously.
Wow, I didn't know
So,
that.
they're like the whiter you are, the better it is. But it's a class system here.
That, yeah,
So,
I've heard that. Yeah, that is very common. Um, I have only seen pictures and movies and heard stories about Bangkok as a city. Is it really just as crazy as the pictures and the movies that you see? Is it just that constant New York on
yes.
steroids kind of?
I mean, to me, it's compared to Guangzhou was the same way. It was constant moving, but it seems like Bangkok doesn't sleep. I felt like it was sleeping when it shut down, but as soon as things started to open up and the bars started open up, I was literally in a bar until like 6 or 7 o'clock, and people were still coming in the morning. So it doesn't sleep. You have hookah bars that stay open all night. In China, things kind of like shut down in Guangzhou, but here it's like all night, all night. But it's a lot of prostitution here in certain areas. It's more drugs here than in China. China's very strict with drugs, and you don't see it a lot. But here, it's evident. It's like back home in New York. You see a lot of street people, a lot of people begging by the sky trains. You see a lot of hustle and bustle here, and it's compared to where I'm from. I'm from the beach area in
Right.
Palm Beach
Yeah.
County, so it's like it's laid back there. But you have your hustle and bustle areas too, but not like here in Bangkok. So yeah,
So
it's New York.
what is what is it that you like about living there? Because obviously you like it there. What's the draw for you personally?
I mean, well, I like how cheap it is, first of all. I'm very cheap, so that's one thing. I like how cheap it is. And I love to eat. And compared to China food, it's way better. The Western food as well as the Thai food. I mean, I feel like the way they fry chicken is compared to black people, the way we fry chicken. I'm sorry, it is. Like they fry some good chicken, okay? And I've had Korean chicken as well. But Thailand, I mean, their street food, you walk down the street, it's like the food is so cheap. Like I walk outside my condo, right there you have a fruit stand where they slice up fruit and selling fruit for like 20 baht. Like everything, watermelon, cantaloupe, things like that. You have grilled, like they're selling grilled chicken and grilled fish and grilled pork. I don't eat pork, but grilled, things like that. And they have papaya salads and just fresh rice, fried rice, stuff like that. And it's like everywhere you walk, you see something, you see someone selling good food very cheap. And it's like, it allowed me to be healthier as well. That's what I like about Thailand and China as well. The food is the food is better than being in America because it's not so processed, and the wet markets are like crazy cheap. I mean, you go get a live whole chicken, they cut it right there, they clean it, you taking home a whole brand like fresh chicken, and you can tell the difference in the taste compared to back home because it's not full of steroids, it's not pumped up, the sizes are way different. I mean, it's a different feel of the beef they have hanging out. You can see the freshness in the beef. It's cheaper. It's just the whole vibe here is just like it's laid back, you know. It's hustle and bustle, but it's laid back for people who can afford to lay back for a little minute. Yeah.
And what is housing like? Is it, I mean, compared to US dollars, what would say a one bedroom condo go for in Bangkok?
It ranges.
Okay.
So you can get a one bedroom all the way from 6,000 baht to 25,000 baht. And that range is like, I don't know the conversion. So for instance, when we first got here, we had like a 10,000 baht, one bedroom, little small condo. And it was small, but I think it was what $10,000, like $300, between 300, 300, $400 or so, and still back home, a one bedroom back in Palm Beach County, I was paying almost $1,100 for a one bedroom, and it didn't include anything. The place I was staying here before I moved into my place now included everything, and it's still cheaper. My apartment is way bigger here, and than the last one, but it's still cheaper. It's even cheaper than when I stayed in China. I stayed in a high rise with beautiful views, but it wasn't as cheap. And it's like it compares. There were some things I liked in China, and there were some things I like here about the apartment. But it ranges. But you can find nice apartments, especially now because of COVID.
Sure.
The prices have went down. People are really struggling to find people to rent out these places. Even foreigners who have mortgages here, they can't come back, so they're trying to rent out their places. And a lot of foreigners are not here to rent them out, so people are bringing their prices down. You don't see the inflation right now.
That's interesting, and good to know. So you're there with a partner. What,
Hmm.
in your opinion, do you feel like it would be a different vibe if you were there as a single woman as opposed to being with someone in a relationship? How would it be different?
It would have definitely different because I would have been here during COVID, like stuck by myself. And it's like it's different because like even when I talk to other people who were shut down in the middle of COVID, some of my friends back in China, I mean, I literally had to talk to them every day because they weren't used to being by themselves all day, every day. So it's like it's different. It can. I think I would have probably wanted to go back home more so if I was by myself because I'm a family oriented person. I'm like a nurturing, caring type of person. I like being around other people. Don't get me wrong, I love my alone time, but at the same time I love to have that other just that energy of someone else being around.
Yep, I,
So
I, I understand that. Um, but as far as you could tell, the safety factor in Bangkok, because I know it's a different vibe from, say, other parts of Thailand, for a woman by herself or even a man by himself, um, do you feel that safety is not of a big concern? Like, say, if you were, I don't know, as compared to maybe a city in the US, a big city like Miami. Is that a
I,
concern?
I'm way safer here than in Miami. And I mean, like, I used to go out nights in Miami, but I always went out with friends here. I mean, I could get in a taxi and know I'm coming straight home at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and be okay. And I could be like probably drinking as well and still know I will be okay. Back home, I will feel it wasn't always safe. So I feel safer here compared to back home.
How long in total have you been out of the US? How long have you been traveling?
It hasn't been that long because I started in June of last year, so it's like a year and some change. Not that long at all. I was trying to explore the world and COVID happened and was like, nope, not right now. So yeah, but
And
not long.
and you said you're very close with your family. How has it been for you? I mean, are they feeling nervous about your travels, or are they supportive of you being out and about?
I, well, they are. It's always my mom trying to get me to come home. My dad is like, okay, be safe. But my mom is like always trying to get me home. This will be the second Christmas I haven't been home. As well, I'm like my second Thanksgiving passed that I haven't been around my family. So they're kind of like missing me for Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But I'm older. I'm in my mid 30s, so it's not like if I was like younger 20s or so. I think it would have been like, okay, I should be around my family. I should be around my family. But because I'm older and this was my first time venturing off, I've been around my family all my life. They will be okay. they'll be okay. Sometimes they're like, oh, you're so brave to do this by yourself, and you did this and you did that. But then sometimes like, please come home. We don't know what's gonna happen, and this crazy ideology that I get most of the time.
Um, so now that you have the bug, the travel bug and the life abroad bug, do you see yourself uh, going back home, or do you see yourself maybe traveling to other places?
Definitely not going back home. I definitely want to go to more countries. I think I want to travel Asia a little bit more, but I also would love to travel Africa as well. I always wanted to visit Madagascar, Tanzania, like those countries there, South Africa, and I haven't had a chance to get there yet. So hopefully in the near future I will, maybe 2021 in or 2022,
That's just amazing. It's so nice to hear. And I talk to a lot of people, and most people have no regrets, and it seems like you don't either, as far as going out and yeah, and there are a few people who have gone out and had to return for different reasons, but it's nice to hear your energy, your vibrancy, and you're just ready to keep going and see the world. And that's really comforting and motivating, I'm sure, for lots of people to know that, hey, it's a big world out here and you got this and you can do this. For those folks that have never had the opportunity to move abroad and take this big leap, because it is a big leap, and I got to give you props, big up, because it is a big decision to make. Do you have any words of wisdom for someone who might be struggling with the thought of leaving their family, their comfort zone, and going to a place like Thailand where you know no one and certainly have no family around to support you? What advice or what wisdom do you have to share based on your experience?
Well, I would say, I mean, my whole experience hasn't been positive the whole way through. There have been some setbacks, drawbacks, and things that I've had to work through, culture differences, learning people, my environment. But what I do take from it is if this is something that you want to do, don't stop until you have accomplished the things that you want to take from this experience. I mean, if you are like homesick or feeling like when I'm homesick, I go and eat something that reminds me of home, or I even joined certain activities that kept me moving and allowed me to meet other friends. I started playing rugby in China, like I've never played rugby, but I created a circle of friends. So it's like do what you need to do to make yourself comfortable and thrive in whatever environment that you're in, because if you don't and you stay closed off to the experience of learning other people's cultures and learning everything around you, it won't benefit you. You will want to go back home because you're like, well, I was doing this back home, but you have to create new experiences. You have to create new opportunities for yourself. Like, don't stay stagnant. And remember, like, sometimes you get in your thoughts and it's very negative. I still struggle with it. But if you are every day trying to say something positive about your situation and live in the moment instead of living for what's going to happen next, live in that moment and enjoy, like, just taste the air of, I did this. This is something I've never done. And how many people do you know who's actually done it? And get around a group of people. Like, get in these Facebook groups that people who are actually outside of the United States, like people in these expat groups that are doing the same thing you're doing. So when you feel some type of way, you can always say, okay, has anyone ever felt this way? And I'm pretty sure you'll have a thread lined down because everyone has felt whatever you're feeling at a certain point in time. So get a group of people who are going to surround you with great energy and positive praise and reinforcement of criticism, whatever's going on, so you can learn and develop in wherever you want to go, and stay positive. You know, change your mindset about what is going on, because a lot of people move because they want to get away from something, you know? And then some people move because they just want to see something new. So you gotta remember what you left for and what you want to accomplish and stay focused on that. Don't give up because this is your journey. You don't get to replay life. It's not a stage show. It's not rehearsal. This is your life. So if you're gonna do it, just do it.
Wow, I can't even say anything after that. That was absolutely beautifully said. I mean, you pretty much summed up my 12, 13 years of being abroad. Beautiful. I love your words, and I hope that it will motivate someone to know that, it's not always a bed of roses out here, us living, but we thrive and we survive and we make it, and it's beautiful when we do it. Rickeah, thank you so much. It's been an awesome, amazing experience talking with you and you sharing your life in Thailand. And do you do any type of blogging? Do you have uh, a page that we can go to if someone wants to connect with you that would like to know more about life in Thailand?
I don't have a page, but you can always connect with me on Facebook
Okay.
or Instagram
Okay.
at Kiki Love PA and Facebook Rickeah Banks. But other than that, I don't vlog. Maybe I should, but I don't as of now. So yes, if you have any questions about anything from teaching internationally, uh, visiting China, visiting Thailand, or just deciding on where to go, being a young adult as an expat. Any questions? Feel free.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank
All,
you for
all the best.
having me.
All the best
You
and lots of
too.
blessings to you.
Thank you.